Thank you. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to Pepsiman. Yeah, this game is obviously about this carbonated drink Pepsi. So Pepsiman will run across cities, places, drink Pepsi, and save people. Um, yeah, so we will do cutscene present category of this game, which means we will watch all the cutscenes. You might have watched them before. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's silly. And yeah, so the game actually allows you to skip the cutscenes, but because this is cutscene percent, we will watch them for more entertainment value, I guess. And so that maybe some of you haven't known the game before, you can know the story. It's not really important, but more entertainment. And yeah, give more time for me to comment for commentary and rest my hands a bit as well, I guess. So it's good that we're running this category. Okay, just one more note before we start the game. This game obviously has a lot of Pepsi cans, as you can already see in the title screen there. Uh, the game actually incentivizes you to collect them to gain like extra lives and so on. But for speedrunning, we're actually going to avoid collecting them. This is because at the end of each level, the game will actually count up the number of Pepsi cans that you collect. Each Pepsi can is actually very fast, like about 0.1 second or something like that. It's very fast counter that will count up the number of Pepsi cans that you collected. But still, we're trying to save as much time as possible. So we'll try to avoid collecting them as the best as I can. So yeah, I think that's all for the introduction. Of course, I will do more commentary on the game itself, but we can start the run in 3, 2, 1, go, Pepsi Man.
Hey, let's start the game.
Yep, let's start the game. That is Mike Butters. He's actually a very funny guy, which you'll see more in the game.
Ah, Pepsi Man, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi, and the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat, but it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
So yeah, stage 1 will happen in San Francisco, and we will refill Pepsi cans. Pepsi, basically, you just heard there the cutscene that yeah, the city has run out of Pepsi somehow, and people started to riot. So that's obviously not a good thing. So yeah, as I mentioned, we will try to avoid collecting these Pepsi cans as I can. While obviously also try to avoid all these obstacles, because each time I got hit, yeah, I will lose a bit of time. So hopefully I can avoid not getting hit. I can avoid getting hit as well. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. It's not a big deal. It's probably like only like 4 seconds, 3 seconds time loss or something like that. 3 to 4 seconds time loss. Okay. So now I'm in this like trash can section where I cannot really jump. So avoiding some of these Pepsi cans might be a bit difficult, but fortunately I managed to avoid all of them there. Okay. I apologize for the destruction of several properties there. Might get a bit too close with this truck. Okay, should be good. Okay, so we reached the end of the first level. Note that this Pepsi vending machine is not the vending machine that we're supposed to refill. It's just for Pepsi Man to collect Pepsi and drink the Pepsi so that he can regain some energy for the second level. Yeah, I thought we ran out of Pepsi, but somehow the Pepsi Man can still drink a Pepsi. Yeah, but yeah, it's very critical for this first level that Pepsi Man drink Pepsi so that he can do his superpower on the second level. You'll see shortly. Yeah, so again, still in San Francisco, and at the end of this level, we're going to help the people, like refill the vending machine that the cutscene talked about earlier. Okay, again, I will try to avoid all these Pepsi cans, and again, apologize for the property destructions there. Okay, in case this part looks familiar, yeah, I need to mention that this game is released before Sonic Adventure 2. So yeah, you can draw your own conclusion. But yeah, basically this is typical San Francisco, right? Uh, okay, so that's the end of the skateboard section. Just a little bit of the level here. Okay, so that's the end of stage 1. Where we'll see now Pepsiman will just extend his arm and refill the Pepsi somehow. I guess that's his superpower. So now these people are happy. You can see that they are holding Pepsi cans, and yeah, the crisis is solved. So what's going to happen next? Oh, there is a Pepsi truck here that hits Pepsi Man and hits a giant Pepsi can, and suddenly the giant Pepsi can is now mad at us and chasing Pepsi Man. Okay, so every third level of the game, I guess, it's like an auto scroller where I'm being chased by something and I cannot really dash here, so I can't really save time or optimize my movements here. The only time I can lose time, the only way I can lose time here is if I got hit 3 times by any of these obstacles, which Pepsi Man will slow down too much that will be crushed by the giant Pepsi can, and then I will have to restart the whole level. So that will be a massive time loss. But yeah, the first stage level is very straightforward, so I didn't get hit at all, so that's good. So now we will go to the second stage of the game. And again, every third level in the stage is a chase level. So we just finished the first stage and we're going to see more Mike Butters.
You're doing pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Have a Pepsi.
For Pepsi.
Next stage.
Yeah, this is definitely not sponsored by Pepsi. You can probably see like there's a Pepsi logo in the level, like in the top screen there. It actually represents my hit points. Okay, let's watch the cutscene first.
Pepsi Man! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof.
Oh.
They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsi Man?
Spoiler alert, we can, and it's Pepsi. So we have to give Pepsi to these people that are stuck in the roof. Again, for the first level, we're just going to help Pepsi Man get Pepsi to regain his energy. And for the second level, we're going to actually help the people. Yeah, you see the Pepsi logo there at the top that represents my hit point. Every time I got hit, that Pepsi logo will become smaller. And if I run out of that logo, like basically if I go hit 3 times, I will die and I will need to respawn at the last checkpoint, which is unfortunate. But yeah, like, I think that Pepsi logo at the top is smaller than 3% of the screen size, so we should be good with the Twitch new regulation about the logo size there. We won't get demonetized, don't worry. That logo should be small enough. Anyway, yeah, this level is, yeah, again, just okay, on this level, some of the Pepsi cans here are actually located in a very tight spot, so I won't be trying to avoid all of them, but I'm still going to try to minimize the number of Pepsi cans that I collected. Okay, come on, I messed up my jump there. Yeah, this bridge section can be very tricky because there are so many pits there. Yeah, I unfortunately fell down there. Let's try that again. Yeah, I think what happened there just now is that I tried to dash, but the dash did not come out. And then, yeah, I misjudged my distance to the pit. Okay, I got it this time. Should be good now. Yeah, unfortunate with the death there. Probably like 10 to 20 seconds time loss if I have to guess. But it's okay. This is marathon event. Can't always hope for perfection. At least we're having fun. Okay, so yeah, again, Pepsi Man drinks a Pepsi to gain some energy, and yeah, he's standing on top of a pothole there. Definitely nothing can go wrong, right? Oh no, he fell down. Okay. Now we're going to the underground section of this stage, which again at the end will help the people stuck in a roof because of the fire. Okay. For this level, I will be trying to avoid all of the cans, like literally collecting 0 can. Hopefully, I can do that. While also obviously avoiding all these pipes and many obstacles on this level. Okay, so far Pepsiman has been running on rails. This time we're going to do it literally. Obviously, don't try this at home. In case your home has an underground rail system, definitely don't run on it. Okay. Okay, we are starting to go overground now. And we're just going to jump over these roofs. And will we make it? Oh no, we fall down. But we beat the level by just extending his arm like that. These people are now happy again. We just gave them Pepsi and we just beat the level. So yeah. And now, again, the third level. Oh, in this case, actually, Pepsi Man fell down and hit a giant truck. Red pizza truck, I guess. And yeah, as you might have guessed, the truck is now mad at us and we have to again run from it. This is actually similar to the first stage level. So it should still be straightforward. And none of this is RNG. The location of all of the obstacles are fixed. So I don't really memorize it. But yeah, I know that as long as I don't really like messed up a lot, I won't have a lot of problems with it. So yeah, should be good. This level should be not very hard. Okay, so that's 2 stages done. We have 2 more stages to go. This game has 4 stages. But before we go into stage 3, you can guess we are going to watch more cutscene and more Mike Butters. Lovely guy. Yeah, that's a jump scare.
Pepsi for TV game.
Pepsi for TV game.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
Love this guy's voice. Yeah, very smooth, very calm despite the crisis. Okay, yeah, we have to save people from the desert, but coming up 3-1 is actually a tricky level. And at the beginning here, I will control my dash specifically to avoid all these trucks. So let me just focus a little bit here. Yeah, I think that should be good. Okay, coming up is actually one of the biggest skip in the game. Shortly after this checkpoint, so hopefully I can get it. Okay, I messed up. Okay, I think it's worth to take an intentional death here so that I can show what I was trying to do. I still got 2 lives left, so that should be fine. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I got it this time. Nice. Okay. So as you can probably see, I just skipped a truck, like dashed over a truck. This is not intended. Like the intended way to beat this long boring road is to wait patiently behind the truck, and the truck will throw locks at you, and you're supposed to avoid it based on the pattern of the locks. But that section is just too long, and while waiting behind the truck, I was not supposed to be able to dash. So that is a slow section there. So what we did is we found a way to like get intentionally got hit by the truck, and in a certain way so that we have enough iframes to dash through the truck. Basically, that's what happened, and I got it on the second try then. Okay, I'm going to try to avoid these cans at the end of the level. Oh, I got hit by the car wash instead. Yeah, that part was actually very tricky to avoid because like there is a can and a car wash, and the gap between them is very tight. And the reason I was trying to avoid the cans is because if I got 0 cans, which I did get it here, I will save a further 3 seconds by not playing the new record message. See, I got the new record for the time, but I didn't get the new record for the Pepsi because I collected 0 cans, and if I collect even 1 can, the game will play the new record message for the number of cans as well, which take about 2.5 seconds. So by not collecting any can, I saved a further 2.5 seconds-ish. But of course, the hit was unintended there, and the hit might lose me similar amount of time. So that might have just cancelled out the time save actually. Okay, 3-2 now is where we'll be going to the desert to save the people. This section can be a bit tricky. The last bridge here is very narrow, so hopefully I can get it first try. Okay. Now we go to the mine section of this level. Okay, this checkpoint there, that checkpoint that I just collected, is the last checkpoint of the level. And we still have so many of the level left, which means that if I die any point here, I will be respawned back at that last checkpoint, which can be a huge time loss. Because this section here is a bit long. Hopefully that will not happen. And yeah, obviously like these pits, if I fall down to them, it's an instant death, and all this giant boulder is an instant death as well. So there are a lot of things that can instantly kill me here, so hopefully I can avoid all of them. Oh, I almost got hit by the boulder then. Okay, we just beat the level, and yeah, again, by just extending his arm, Pepsiman will save these people. And they are now happy holding Pepsi cans. Yeah, what a logic, right? Pepsi logic. Yeah, this run has been great so far, except for the death at 2-1 and 3-1, I guess. But yeah, otherwise it's been good. Okay, what happened here now? Pepsiman is now charged by these bulls and hit this pile of logs, and this pile of logs is suddenly mad at us. Like, they become sentient and chasing us. I don't know. I give up trying to understand this game. But yeah, I guess that's how logs logic works, right? Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, now you'll see that these logs are now throwing logs at me. And again, as long as I don't get hit 3 times here, I should be fine on this level. Yeah, actually on this level, if I got hit once, because Pepsiman will slow down, I will actually be closer to the logs, and I will have less time to react for the rest of the level. I hope that makes sense. And sometimes it can cause me problems. So like, hopefully I don't even get hit once here. Because if I got hit once, the level will become harder. But it should be fine now, okay? So, now we are coming to the last stage of the game. And as you might have guessed, more mic butters. More entertainment before the last stage. So you see that he's eating pizza here in between levels.
Pepsi for pizza.
He probably knew there was a fake Mario speedrunner that does that. In this game, actually, the character in the game that does that. Just saying. Um, okay, now fourth stage, final stage of the game.
Pepsi Man, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem.
Real
Can't
problem.
you do something to put the computer back in working order?
Okay, so all this time, Pepsiman has been giving Pepsi to people, but this level, Pepsiman has to fix computers. How can he do that? Well, we'll figure it. We'll figure it out. So yeah. So now this last stage happens takes place in a Pepsi City. I think that's what it's called. And I'm going to do another truck skip here, where basically I'm going to intentionally get hit by the truck, and during the iframe, I will dash through the truck, and I got it first try this time. Okay, so that's good. Oh yeah, one thing that I forgot to mention during this trash can section, like whenever Pepsiman's head is in this trash can, the inputs are actually reversed. So if I press left, Pepsiman will go right, and the other way around. But yeah, we speedrunners, we become very used to this game, becomes muscle memory, so it doesn't really cause a lot of problem for us. Okay, I need to make sure that I can avoid all these pits here. Okay, should be good now. Okay, and that's the end of the first level. So we just have one more level and the final chase level after that. And that should be the game. So yeah, the last level is definitely one of the hardest level in the game though, both for casually and for speedrun. So yeah, we'll see. Which will happen in a Pepsi factory. You will see a lot of like Pepsi boxes and conveyor belts and so on. And it's the level where Pepsi Man is going to fix the Pepsi computer. Somehow. Okay, this section is actually pretty hard. Do it perfectly. Okay, I got it nicely there. Let me just focus a little bit here. Yeah, a bit unfortunate with the hit there. And yeah, you can probably imagine that if you got hit at certain places, the conveyor belt might actually brings you to a pit and you can do nothing about it. But fortunately that didn't happen, so at least I didn't die there. Yeah, and this pipe section is also pretty hard, because these pipes are positioned quite closely to each other, so you might try to avoid one pipe but go hit on the next one instead, something like that. But yeah, I managed to avoid all of them, so that's good. And yeah, coming up on the last... Oh, I unfortunately got one can there. Coming up on the last section here, this section is an auto-scroller. And whenever... regardless of whether I'm doing speedrunning or casually, this section is exactly the same because I can't speed this up or slow this down. And this door is becoming tighter and tighter. If I got hit, it's an instant death. So hopefully I can get it first try here. Okay, got it first try. Nice. And now we're going to see that just by, again, extending his arm, Pepsiman just sprayed Pepsi into the computers and it suddenly fixes itself. I don't know, like, okay, whatever. Pepsi logic. Okay, but yeah, we fixed the computers. And now Pepsiman is going to celebrate. And now this giant Pepsi can suddenly mad at us. I guess it tries to get the revenge from the first stage level. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah. In case you enjoyed all the products placement so far, in this level, you need to look very closely. But yeah, if you look very closely, you can see a very smooth product placement here. Yeah, obviously I'm kidding. There is a lot of Pepsi in this level. You can see like giant Pepsi cans lining up on the side of the street. There is also like a giant Pepsi can that is trying to crush us. There is smaller Pepsi cans that are thrown at us. And if that's not enough, there are Pepsi's branded mailbox on the side of the screen. Yeah, you can see there. Yeah, it's probably too much. Yeah, but yeah, this level has a lot of product placement. Yeah, but otherwise, my run is coming to the end shortly, like maybe in 5 to 10 seconds. So time will stop as soon as I lose control of Pepsiman at the end of this level. I will say time when that happens. So, and time. So that's the game. So there will be more cutscenes and there will be credits. So let's just quickly watch those cutscenes first. Oh, before I do some closing remarks.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah!
Thank you.
Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi! Pepsi. Only my choice.
Only my choice. Okay, yeah, so that's the run. And yeah, I would like to give a couple of shoutouts. Of course, first of all to GTAs for letting me run this game. Also, like, thank you for all who have been watching, and shout out to also like Pepsiman speedrunning community. There is a Discord. Go check out the speedrun.com/Pepsiman. There's a Discord link there. Yeah, the community has been like finding out all these new strats and other things. Yeah, there's just one final cutscene before we close the stream, I guess. From my part.
Pepsi is. Excuse me.
This is definitely too much Pepsi to drink in one sitting. Okay, yeah, so that's the run. I guess, yeah. If you want to see more Pepsi Man, go check out my Twitch. It's the same username, twitch.tv/jonathanirvings. Same as my Twitter. You can follow if you want. Yeah, I run this game quite regularly these days. And yeah, that's all. That's Pepsi Man. Thanks for watching.